Many animals have been cloned by humans. One of the examples is Dolly the sheep. Not on the list yet is human. Actually, people have been able to clone human embryos, but no one is actually managed to clone a whole person. So today, I am going to talk about human cloning. What is human cloning? Human cloning is actually the creation of a genetically identical copy of an existing or previously existing human beings or growing clone tissue from one particular individual. When it comes to human cloning, the issue here is you need to kill the embryo to get more embryonic stem cells, which is more challenging. Most people are likely to disapprove this thing. Indeed, many countries have prohibited human cloning. Due to this, ethical issues have raised. The first ethical issues that I have identified is about the status of the clone that is produced. Clones are not produced through sexual reproduction. So does a clone have a parent? Who is responsible for taking care of the clone? This will lead us back to the question of who is responsible for helping them all the way through their life. The second one is human cloning is like playing God, which is our creator. For example, in the case of the countries which have a majority of Christian population, religion is invocated. God created man in his own image, and it is considered that any attempt of creating a human being in the laboratory is a blasphemy and offense to the divinity, which means here God is the only one that can create human. The next one is it violates humans' values, integrity, and also dignity. Human cloning is not acceptable from the ethical point of view because such practices bring prejudice to the right of the fetus to be born of a father and a mother, both from the biological as well as the legal point of view. Next, we move on to the implications of the ethical issues. Research on cloning, human cloning, is undeniable will lead to a new exploitation of women. In order to manufacture enough clone embryos to create a sufficient number of viable stem cell lines, scientists will need to obtain a massive quantities of women's eggs. So, human cloning will lead to exploitation of women. The second implication is about the ethics of reproductive cloning. The case for banning human reproductive cloning is not difficult to make, at least for now. As a consequence, most scientists agree that it is unsafe and likely to lead to a serious abnormalities and birth defects. Some also argue that cloning is wrong because it departs from natural sexual procreation. The second one is about the ethics of cloning for biomedical research. It is here because there a greatest disagreement prevails. The United States Senate is split between those two who want to ban all cloning and also those who want to ban reproductive cloning but not cloning for stem cell research and regenerative medicine. As in the case of reproductive cloning, the concepts of autonomy and rights cannot by themselves resolve the moral question. So in my point of view about the ethical issues, I strongly agree that human cloning is like playing God, our creator, and it is also violating human values, integrity, and also dignity. It is because up until now, there is no solid reason for us to do human cloning. I also personally agree that human beings should not be cloned because cloning does not create the exact copy of an individual. That is all from me. Thank you.